Well, I'm going to start. My name is Maxine Freed, and I'm a registered nurse, and I just self-published Turkey Neck and Humpback, How Our Mobile Devices Are Aging Us, and what we can do about it in 3 simple steps. And my intention with the book was for all people, young ones like you and your friends, and brothers and sisters, and older people too. What inspired me to write this book was a year ago I went up to SU to do some business, and at the bus stop there was 6 or 7 college students, and they were all like this. And it was like maybe February something, and they were all in their coats and just like this. And I went and did my business. Maybe 10 minutes. I came back. Yeah, they didn't move. No talking, no interaction. This, and thinking as a nurse, I was just like, you guys look like my 70-year-old patients, because often you will see older people humped over. Yes, and I was like, you know what? I think maybe there may be a book here. And so I started doing research to see what was actually out there as far as the impact of our mobile devices and our body. And there's really nothing out there. There really is no talking about it. There's no discussion. I think it was in the 90s when the personal computers came out, and those flat keyboards, and then all carpal tunnel, and that exploded. And it was like, oh my God, ergonomics and having a healthy body with our devices and our work started coming to the mainstream. And now we have proper hand posture, and you don't really hear too much about carpal tunnel. So I personally think that humped backs is going to be the next healthcare boom, because it's going to happen. Yeah, because we love our devices, and we need our devices. I mean, just a couple of weeks ago there was a talk on the Channel 10, and they were talking about how there's actually mental health issues now with when people leave their mobile devices at home. There's this separation anxiety. It's very interesting. We're very, very attached to our mobile devices. And so, and that's mainly what this book is about. It's just looking at our devices and what the potential problem that it can have on our bodies. So, let's see. I guess what I can do is go into the first step, which is kind of body awareness. And as you're sitting right now, can you need to become aware. I see you're sitting up a little bit straighter, good girl. But you kind of feel like, how do you feel your body? It's kind of, you feel your shoulders heavy, forward, yeah. You sit straight? Yeah, you do have a nice posture, straight. Oh, good. So you're aware. Straighten up. Yes. Yes. Yeah, we definitely lost that lesson, I think, in a generation. Yeah. They're definitely they were very they were very aware, and and remember the book on their head, keep it tall, your head tall. Yeah, and then we lost that for this generation. So, and that's actually one of the first steps in the 3 simple steps, is just an awareness of the body. And I explain in there a technique called the Alexander technique. Have you ever heard of it? Okay. The Alexander technique was developed by Frederick Alexander in the, I want to say, 1800s, maybe. And he was an actor, a stage actor, and he had lost his voice. not good. And so he's like, what's going on? And he noticed in the mirrors that his posture was poor. And so he consciously held his, opened up the chest, held his shoulders back, lifted his head, and his voice eventually returned. And so he was like, wow, there may be something here. And he made a practice for many, many years of improving, especially for actors, the posture and coming and presenting with the tall, strong shoulders and the head up. And there's just something actually, you just, for some reason, you feel better. Maybe. Yeah. You breathe better, it's straight. And he developed this wonderful thing called the Alexander technique, and it's used by... Yes. Well, that's what he believed. That's what he believed, because he would... Yep. Yeah. And maybe the diaphragm, he opened it up, and he believed this, and it's worth a try, and it's still it's all around. You can look up, Google Alexander technique. I know there's a couple of people practicing right here, this Alexander, and it's actually proven to help a lot of, insomnia and, stage fright and all sorts of medical. It's an interesting, if you want to look that up. Yeah, so, right. Exactly. So yeah, becoming aware, just aware of your body. And what you need to be aware of is that, and I call it the neutral zone, which is your ears are kind of, your chin is kind of back, and your ears are over your shoulders, and your shoulders are down, because what we tend to do is kind of lean forward, and our heads go forward. We're like a forward-moving, species, so we're like always driving like this, and it's just to, kind of tuck the chin in and bring those ears in alignment with your shoulders, and your shoulders in alignment with your hips, instead of kind of leaning forward. And pull them back. And that's kind of the neutral zone. That's where your body is happiest. There's no stress and tension. And I don't have PowerPoint. Boy, it sure does. It really does. It's it's nice on the knees and the hips, because it's mechanical engineering. It just basically, when weight is over its neutral point, it gets heavier. Like each point is 10 pounds heavier. So this one is 40 pounds heavy when you're in this kind of position. Yeah. Well, and if you think about when you go to a chiropractor or massage, where's this, like, please, right here, get this tension, we hold it, and that's because all the ligaments and muscles are constantly, holding that up. Your head, there's. So, for example, if you lift things, they always say don't bend at the waist. Use your knees and bring it up, because you want to stay in that neutral zone, because this is all very heavy, and you're going to pull your back. So, and this is another excellent diagram, which just, what does this state? It's mentioning all the pressure when you're sitting in a chair, and you're contracting your diaphragm and your lungs and your stomach, and those, yes. If you're, yep. Yes. Exactly. And we don't even think about it, but unfortunately now with our mobile devices, and they're so prevalent, more so, and the time just slips away. It's, we're unaware that we spent like 20 minutes on Facebook, as well as working like this, and it just accumulates the time factor, and that's the issue. Yes. Yeah. Well, because we're just used. Okay. Yeah. Right. It's just a habit. Yeah. Right. Yep. Hi, Elaine. Yes. Hello. Yes. And that's called the forward head position. Just that tendency of always just kind of moving forward and moving. You can see her ears are way, her shoulders are there, and her ears are way forward. And unfortunately, if that continues, you get this kind of cordy. You know, sometimes you see people with cordy necks because those tendons are just stretched constantly. You know, out, right? It just no. This isn't a turkey neck. This isn't a turkey neck. This is more. This is a more cordy. Like some people, you know, thin people. It's these are tendons. These are very strong. Yeah. And she's probably in excellent shape, very thin, but she has that forward head motion, and it just tends. I don't say I'm well padded, so you're not going to see my tendons, but thin, right? They kind of stick out. Yeah. And right, I know. Exactly. And this is kind of a turkey neck. Let's see if we can get. Uh, these are some advertisements of just cream for a turkey neck, but it's kind of that wrinkling, the wrinkling. Well, and a lot of us do, and I'll talk more about it. But yeah, that's kind of well, and I discuss it in the book. The main reason is unfortunately posture, poor posture. Yeah, yeah. And there's some aging and sun damage, and you know the muscles become flaccid and weak, and then fat kind of sits in there. Um, but yes, and we're going to talk about that because that is step number 2. So getting back to the first step is just being aware of your body, keeping your body in the neutral zone. Whenever when you're watching the TV and you feel that bring it back. Or I think it's probably just a habit. I think we're just always moving forward. You know, I don't. And she has glasses, so it's. Oh, okay. Well, so maybe it could. A little bit of both. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that is the first step, staying in the neutral zone. Second step, the stretching. The stretching the neck, stretching the muscles. Men, when I talk about this to men, and they're like, "What's a turkey neck?" Men do not know what a turkey neck is. This is very uh, exactly. Thank you. I was going to say, what do men do every day that women do not do? They do that shaving every day, and they get that nice stretch every day, right? So they're getting, you know, they're stretching the muscles. The muscles are not becoming flaccid, and that's step number 3, you guys. That's my step number 3. We'll get to that. I know. Did you guys read the book or something? Yes. So stretching. And that's what these creams claim to do. They say, you know, spend $150, and this is another one. Spend, you know, $150, $200, and we'll get some collagen. you know, being generated, and then that'll help the muscles become taut, and muscle burns fat. So it's like this cycle. But a simple stretching your muscles stimulates collagen. Or shave every day, yes. Or you could buy the book or download it or go to the library because it's in the library system. It's free. And there's 3 simple stretches that I offer in the book. So you could, yes, just stretch. Yes, exactly. And it'll over time. Stretching will definitely help that, and it'll get the muscles. It's just basically working with the muscles, getting them taut so they're not kind of weak and flaccid and fat deposits in there. Yes, and then also moisturizing, which I suggest in the book, and definitely sunscreen every day. Yeah. All right, so that's step number 2. The third step is exercising, and keeping those muscles strong so they burn the fat and stay toned. And what I suggest 3 simple exercises in the book, which are just basically resistance training or exercises, and it's kind of like I'm pushing my forehead against my hand, and if you do that, you can feel here. You can, can you feel the strength in your muscles? And I have three exercises in there. Yeah, and so I suggest doing these once a day. And I suggest this works for me on the toilet. Yeah, you're relaxed. Yes. Yeah. It really is, and there's a section in there. I call it the toilet test. And take it home. This is a take home for you. Next time you're on your throne, be aware of your posture, because I'm usually like way forward, or I'm reading and I'm like slumped, and so it's just a quick test. How am I on the throne? Oh, really? Oh, what does he say? Huh. Yeah, and it's straight. Yeah, and in fact, in Europe they have the what's that called, the bidet, which is straight. Bidet, the bidet. Thank you. And you're crouched down and straight, so it's all. And not like lean straight down, like a bidet. Right, that's a bidet. Yeah. Yeah, and that's. Yeah, I know. Hmm. Sit-ups. Sit-ups are always good. Yeah, keeping that core strong. Yeah, definitely. What? No, you're taking it. Right. Right. But so, yeah. So next time you're on the throne, just be aware of your posture. Are you slouching? Can you straighten up? And it's actually a good, very private place to do your stretch, do a little bit of strengthening, and then on with your day. So nothing. So let me just go. So So this place, Lifestyle Lift, they actually do a surgery. They will do for this little bit of a neck. They will pull it back. And I went actually there, and these are some before and afters. And they suggested that I have surgery, and it was like for my turkey neck, and it was like $4,000, $4,500. I said, well, what about just exercising? And they said, well, the doctor will talk you that after the surgery. And I was like, yeah, no, yeah, but this is the newest thing, is the surgery. And we reviewed the kind of that forward head motion. And this boy is 14 years old, and that's why I'm very glad to see you here, because it's your generation that is living. They're basically living on their mobile devices with your social networking and your homework and. Oh yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes. Right. How much time do you think you spend on gaming? Uh huh. Mhm. Okay. So that's 3 hours at least. Yeah. This boy, he's 14. He admits to playing his video games also 4 to 5 hours a day. Yeah, and he had this humpback, which is just basically, your vertebrae are just pulled out of the natural curve, and it's humped. Yeah. And he saw a chiropractor and did a lot of the exercises and a lot of adjustments, and he was able to cure that. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good test also. Back then, if you're your age, right? Wow. Yes. Which brings me to, what are the options? I mean, this guy is doing is in a pretty good, probably in the airport, in a pretty good posture, and that's what I suggest in a book. There's several things that there really are not many products out there. We were talking about there's a pillow you can kind of be on your sofa or in bed, and it holds it up, and there's like little stand that folds. Yes. Yep. Mhm. All the way down. But exactly. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Exactly. Or putting that stand, like you were saying, a lot of people put it down, so you're still kind of looking down at it. You do. It's getting it up to the eye level, so you're not having that constant humping over. You want to lift it up. Yes. And you can't. I mean, how long can you hold, your tablet up? Right. So what I suggest is maybe working with pillows, maybe stacking it on a pillow, or maybe supporting your elbow so you can kind of hold it up and be comfortable. Um, like maybe a comfortable posture. He's using his knee for support, and he's holding that up. Yes. Yes. Yeah, they're good. It's a good. Mhm. Hmm. Shark Tank. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Well, no, because it goes under the clothes. So, and it's just a strap. And it just kind of put back. It yes. Mhm. Oh yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Right. Yes. Because it works on the memory of the muscle memory. So you will remember if you don't have it on, and you'll remember where to be. Yeah. That's an option, definitely. Yeah. And then also just being mindful, going back to the first step, and being aware of your body, the Alexander technique, and just instead of texting like this, kind of just bring it up. Well, not like that. Oh, you don't? How do you do? How do you text? Like that? That's hard. Okay. So yeah, just kind of lifting it like this. You know, call the person. Oh, right. Really? For texting? For a text, you can speak to text and. Okay. Very soon. Yes. Mhm. Yes. It is good. It is good. It's really helping us. But just to be, yeah. But if you want to just kind of work on your tablet, just kind of just bring it up instead of. Mhm. Wow. That's the future. Yeah, and this is our future right here, and you're going to be living mobily. It's going to be all mobile, and with apps. Yeah, so that's why I'm glad to see you and you know and children. Hmm. Yes, that's I'm working on that. I'm working. Come to where? Where are you? Wallwood. Okay. Yeah. 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 Mhm. Okay. Uh huh. Right. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of eye strain. Exactly. Yes, and they're finding a lot of ear damage because of the earbuds. Are yeah, it's really hard on the hearing. Yeah, and also yeah. Well, no, I think it's just maybe to be smart. You know, limited, smarter than your smartphone. That right, and then. Mhm. Mhm. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Mhm. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, it's a backpack. Yeah. Mhm. There's right. Yes. Yes, they are. Yeah, and they're all. Yes. Mhm. Bless you. Oh. Oh, really? Huh. Uh-huh. Oh. Exactly, because of our mobile devices. And one thing I really didn't even talk about is the physical issues that come with the poor posture. I mean, the turkey neck is more kind of, for our, our cosmetic, how we look and how we feel about ourselves. But the humpback is extremely serious because you're kind of crimping all your nerves, and the muscles are tense, so you're always having headaches, eye aches. You're unable to sleep. You get tingling in your fingers and arms. Yeah, that's because your nerves are pinched. Yeah. So this is a very important part of the body. Posture. Yeah, just be aware of your posture. Like, how am I sitting? How am I sleeping? Do I have a good pillow that supports my head, or is it kind of just hanging? And that's in the book too. So that's about all I have. I mean, it's three simple steps. It really is, and um, it's I should have probably did a disclaimer in the beginning that I am a registered nurse and I've worked on the med surg floor, and now I work at the VA on a PTSD unit. So I haven't worked for a chiropractor. I mean, I just have basic nursing um, knowledge, and so my book is strictly preventative. It's just a preventative steps of good posture, stretching, and just some strengthening. And that's all we need. We really do. We don't need the surgery and the $200 creams, you know. And if they do, for how long? Do you have to keep buying it for the rest of your life? Just do some stretches. Oh, yeah, they're so popular. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yoga's exactly, because you're just stretching those muscles and they're just so happy, and collagen's being built, and yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, I think he was born with that. That's a genetic. But you're right. You're right. These kids, yes. Oh, I see it. Widow's hump, grandma's hump. Yeah, there's many names for it. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Just yeah, hold yourself tall, shoulders back and up. Right. Yeah. Oh, so you're stretching out. Mhm. Yeah. So what you're doing is you're taking that spinal column and you're stretching that using gravity, and pulling that and straightening it because it's flat. That sounds nice. I do have a study here from Dr. Hajra. He is the chief spinal surgeon in New York City's Spine and Surgery and Rehabilitation Medicine. This just came out in, I think, November of last year. And basically, this is for doctors. This article is for actual other surgeons. And he is saying that there's such a phenomenon with mobile devices that before they do their surgery, they need to look at what normal is for them and adjust the surgeries, because they were doing like normal fusion and being damaged because they would go home and still have the same, yes. So this is a very interesting, and I quote him in the book, very interesting study. You can take it if you want. But this is a call to help, and he's saying also there's going to be, we need to become aware of this. There's nothing out there, and we need to start talking about this. But I found this very interesting. Mm. So any questions? The reference? What do you mean? Oh, yep. And I'm selling them for $10 because, from I can. Oh yeah, thank you. Really, you enjoying it? Awesome. Yes, with video games. Yes, yes. And the thing is, children are still growing. So their bodies are still developing, and that's why you need to tell all your friends. Because to stand straight and head up, you're still growing, and you don't want to be growing like this. Okay, that's okay. You're the smartest. And tell them because you're still growing. And yeah, I do want to get in school. So if any contacts, I'd be very happy to take contacts and get into school. I would love that. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Awesome. Yeah, we need to get it out. I'm, you know, I work full time, um, but there are grants, and it's just a very tedious application process, and get out there. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Sound the alarm. Yeah. If you have any ideas, please email me. I would love to. The It was covered on Channel 10, I think, and some newspapers covered it. Syracuse Times covered it. I know. You're right. You're right. We got to get into the schools. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Oh yeah. Yep. Wow. You're doing exercises from your iPad? What do you do in the gym? Yeah. Uh huh. Mhm. Mhm. Oh. Oh my God. Yeah. And what's the teacher doing? What's the teacher doing? Just. Oh my goodness. But this is the future. This is the future. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. There we go. 8 hours, and then you go home and play your games. Yeah, and then and then your video games, and then a movie with the family. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. We need to. Yes, yes. I do. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I set up a foundation. It's called Head Up, Chin Up, at where for children to get into the schools. But I'm not making money, so. Yes. I boy. Oh, that's a good idea. Ooh. See? Thank you. Yeah, that would be good. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Wow, that's wonderful. Yes, to get it out. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Corporations. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. I know. I'm really torn. I'm so torn because I have a nice cushy job, benefits, and a pension plan. Boy. Oh, I know. I really, oh boy. Well, I may be getting some rental property, and perhaps with the rentals, I could write some more. Yes. So I have more time to teach and to write. But yes, yes, exactly. And I'm working on an app. Yeah, or back then. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Mm. Oh, nice. There you go. Wow, that's great. I'm working on an app right now, just to reminder. Just stretch and just an app. I'm not personally an engineer. Yes, Android. Yes, and PCs. Yeah, exactly. Yep, just stretch. Neutral zone. I know. Yeah. I know it's only 14. Oh my. Oh, that's a good idea. Ooh, good. I know they don't. Mhm. Mhm. No. No. Uh-huh. The game. Yes. 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 Uh-huh. You want it. Mhm. That's my next book. Mhm. Yep. Oh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm. Well, I think she was saying they check 3 times a year, right? Which is curvature of the spine. Oh, okay. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Ooh. Boy, it sure would. You want to? Oh. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Everybody. Everybody. Wow. Thank you. Yeah. Definitely email me and. Feels what? Oh yes, an engineer. I know. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. And it slides and falls. Yeah. Yes. Mhm. Mhm. Ooh. Yeah. Angle's too bad. Yeah, straighten up. Maybe. Yeah. Yes. I want to go to Syracuse Orthopedic Surgery, SOS. Yeah, that's a plan. Thank you. Thank you very much, you guys. Oh. That's funny. Right? Yes. Yeah. Mhm. That's funny. Mhm. Oh my goodness. Probably had headaches. Way up there. Yeah. And that's what I was going to say. Thank goodness you were aware of that, because a lot of times we're not aware. On their, yeah. Yep. Mhm. Mhm. That and there's right. Talking, texting, Facebooking. Mhm.